Good morning or afternoon. Today we're going to learn about geometric sequences. So last time we learned about arithmetic sequence and it was adding and subtracting. Well, geometric sequences are with multiplying, or sometimes you think of them as dividing, but really it's multiplying by a fraction. So what we're going to do is find that constant that it is going by. Just like with arithmetic sequence, it has to have that same amount every single time. Okay. This time, though, it's either going to jump really, really fast, really high, or it's going to start really high and get really, really low number amounts pretty quickly. So, for example, on this number one, we're going to see is it arithmetic, geometric, or neither. So you can tell it's going up. So that means it's either addition or multiplication. And so then you're going to have to find out what happens between each of them. So you're going to take your second term and divide it by your first, because you're definitely not adding a certain number every time. You could try that by subtracting and see if that works. But it is multiplying. And then if you notice, they set up ratios, and it is multiplying by 3 every time. Okay, so yes, it is geometric. It's multiplying by 3. Now, this example number 2, if you can tell down here, you have these negative numbers here. Well, it goes negative, positive. Okay, so you're definitely doing something with a negative ratio. Again, just like the last one, we would divide, take that second term and divide. There's no way we can subtract that much every time. And so we divide 405 by 1,215, and we check it with every single one of these, and all of them come out to negative 1/3. Okay, so each of these are multiplying by negative 1/3. Okay, so now we could find the next 3 terms in the sequence by just keeping it going, just like what we did with arithmetic sequence. We would keep, if it was adding 3, we'd keep adding 3 every time. Well, this time we would keep multiplying by negative 1/3, and we would find the next 3 terms of the sequence. So you're going to get asked to do that. So let's look at this first example. We can tell it's going 1, 2, 4, 8. It is going up, so it's addition or multiplication. Then you see, okay, well, 1 plus 1 is 2. So what if I add another 1? Nope, that doesn't work. So it has to be multiplication. And so what is 2 divided by 1? What is 4 divided by 2? 8 divided by 4? You all get that you're multiplying by 2 on this one. So it is geometric. Okay. On this one, again, you would see, okay, well, that one's adding, 5? And then from this one, nope, it doesn't add 5. And then this one adds 5. But because of this spot right here, it's going to be a neither. It doesn't jump high enough for it to be multiplying by something. It definitely won't go 14 to 6 to 11. If you look here at these fractions, okay, we're going to see, is it actually getting bigger or is it getting smaller? And if you think about 2/3 and a fraction of 2/3, right, we would have all of this covered in, my bad example of 2/3, but 1/3 is definitely less, 1/6 is less of that, and 1/12. And so you would figure out what is it multiplying by taking 1/3, and that is your numerator, and then divide by 2/3, and you can put that in your calculator, your Desmos, whatever to help you. Okay, so figure that one out. All right, so if you go into Desmos, and I typed in 1/3 divided by 2/3, and you could do this for each and every one of them, but you get 0.5 or 1/2. So you knew you were getting smaller every time we went, and so we actually are multiplying by 1/2. So it is a geometric sequence, and we're going to leave it as that. Okay. If you look here, 5 plus 2. What are we adding by? There's 7. There's 7. Here's 7. You're adding 7. It would be arithmetic. Okay. All right. So now we, again, just like the last one we had with arithmetic, we're going to do this for geometric. We're going to find the next 3 terms. So please figure out, what is it going up by or down by? If it goes from positive, negative, positive, you're multiplying by a negative number. Okay, whether it be a fraction or a whole number. It's going down, so it's definitely multiplying by a fraction. We need to figure out what that fraction is, okay? So I'm going to take negative 216 and divide by 648. Let me clear this. So negative 216 divided by, what was it? 648. All right, so you divide negative 216 by 648 and you get negative 1/3. So we knew it was going down, but it's going down by negative 1/3. So if you take 72 and multiply it by negative 1/3 and so forth, you would get your next three answers. All right, so now we're going to write an equation for our geometric sequence. So if you notice that these are our numbers here, 5 is your first term, so that is what we call an a to the 1. We're looking at this equation up here. So 5 is going to be multiplying times our common ratio of 4, and then this is our answer. If they wanted you to find like the 42nd one, okay, you put a 42 here, like they have an example of a 7, and you can figure out what that 42nd term is. So try those examples. You're going to be able to create an equation in your Schoology assignment. If you have questions, ask Mr. Joel or myself.